Dream of living by the coast, it usually involves a house by the sea, walks on the beach, or even maybe a little boat. I'm off to meet a chap who wanted all that, and then some.
Mike Connor has gone large in pursuit of his coastal dream. 8 months ago, he bought Thorne Island, complete with its very own Napoleonic fort, even though he lives 170 miles away in Cirencester.
So I've arranged to meet Mike Connor, but I'm just wondering why he's chose this to be the pickup point. There's no pier or harbour. Morning, Mr. Bond. Some entrance, Mike. Pleasure to meet you. Robson.
Hi, Robson.
So take me to your island. Can't wait. How long you had this vessel?
So I got it about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Right, I think my wheels are up now.
Mike's Island is a quarter of a mile off the coast in the Celtic Sea, and it looks like somewhere even a Bond villain would feel at home.
That's your island, Mike. And it's got a fort on top.
Mike bought the imposing Thorne Island for just under £500,000, and his plan is to turn it into a place that can be hired out for events, as well as somewhere for his family to enjoy.
So how did you feel when you first saw the island?
It just suddenly rears up and you're kind of expecting it to be a bit smaller. I think once we got on there, I got really excited.
That is really, really impressive, and it's not what I expected.
And the fort has quite a history. Construction began in 1852 and was one of 12 forts built to defend the Pembrokeshire coast from the French Navy. The stronghold was completed in just 2 years. But Mike might need a little bit longer to modernise it. There's no electricity, running water or flushing loos, and any building supplies have to be helicoptered in. Despite all that, it was still one of the most viewed properties on Rightmove last year.
How do you find yourself in Pembrokeshire, having your own island?
Well, somebody posted this property on Facebook, and I looked at it and I just thought something really, really special and epic.
So you say to your mate, oh, do you want to come to my place off the coast of Pembrokeshire? How do they react when they see it?
People just going, you're an absolute fool, and other people saying that's like a man cave, and I totally get it.
That is the ultimate man cave.
But there was one person who wasn't quite so keen on the idea of owning an island.
My wife was a little bit lukewarm about it, and so I started a campaign of charm and...
Well, it certainly looks impressive from here. Let's go and see your humble abode.
Today, wife Natasha and children Emily, Ben and Jessica are visiting Thorne Island for only the second time.
Here we are.
How you doing, guys? What an amazing place. But what do you think, Natasha?
Once Mike had seen it, that was it. It was absolutely his thing. I totally understand why he loves it. It's an amazing building in an amazing place. But I think when you have children, it puts a different perspective on it. It's because I'm constantly thinking, has Ben gone over the edge?
There's safety railings up now.
There are safety railings
on the
up now.
cliff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, when Dad told you guys have got your very own island, what did you think?
Well, first we thought it was in Ibiza, but then... Most of my friends thought it was quite cool, and they think that Daddy's the coolest dad in the world. And my geography teacher really likes it, so at least I got a teacher that likes me.
Right then, you're going to give me the tour?
Yeah, absolutely.
The fort was decommissioned in the 1900s and changed hands several times until 1947, when it became a 10-bedroomed hotel, which didn't close its doors until 1992. It's been empty for the last 15 years, and Mike is planning on renovating from top to bottom.
So how's it all shaping up? Is everything coming together as you imagined it would?
So far, so good. We're only 2 weeks into it. That's when everything was airdropped in. Really, the process is to take it from essentially a campsite with no facilities or running water to glamping, running water, drinking water, electricity, and then through to something that could be used for, you know, festivals or parties or people who want to book it as a whole.
I'll be your first customer, mate. I'm going to have a party here, defo.
When this fort was a hotel, it was infamous for its parties.
So do you find the more time you spend here, the more you learn about the history of the place?
There's a much more interesting history, which is what everyone used to get up to here.
What happens on Thorne Island stays on Thorne Island.
Absolutely. That was the pub. They had the Thorne Island Tequila Society. They had some wellies that they hooked people on the rafters on and were fed tequila.
If you're going to have a party, have it here, eh?
I think so.
There's still a lot of work to be done before this island will open for parties again. But for now, there's one job I can help with.
Do you think it'll help with your planning applications if you have a Welsh flag on your abode?
They're incredibly helpful, but I think we should raise it anyway.
I agree.
Yeah.
Got to be Welsh friendly.
Yeah.
I'm off back to the mainland, but I'll return in a couple of months to see if Mike has managed to become king of his own castle. While Mike is one of Pembrokeshire's newest residents, I'm